Welcome to my kitchen. Hi, I'm Arden. This is the food I eat. Today I'm going to make chili with spinach and tomato sauce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a pat of butter in each of my cast iron pans. I really like cooking in cast iron in order to be able to get some of the iron and trace amounts into my diet. I'm going to set these both to just under medium. One is for my onions and the other is for my ground beef. And then I'm going to get about chopping my onions. So now that my onions are chopped and my pans are heating up, I'm going to spread my butter around and make sure that the pan is well coated. And then I'm going to use my smaller pan to do my ground beef, which I've got 2 pounds. I'm just going to get my beef spread out. And then I'm going to mix my spices. Now, I don't really like to measure, but if you do, you want to use twice the amount of cumin to all the other spices that you use. So for this, I'm probably going to use almost a couple tablespoons. I think it's more like a tablespoon and a half of ground cumin, some paprika, some oregano, cayenne, that's pretty spicy. Newbies should not use hot pepper spices. I'm also going to put in chili pepper flakes because I like spicy chili. And then I'm also going to include some gray coarse Celtic sea salt because it has a lot of minerals in it. I'm just going to give my spices a stir with a fork. Make sure they're well mixed, any clumps are broken up. And now I'm just going to sprinkle them across the top of the ground beef. And remember, this isn't just seasoning the ground beef. This is seasoning our whole pot of chili. And I'm going to mix it in basically just by folding the ground beef over and breaking it apart some more. And this will be the method that I use to brown the ground beef the whole way through. I'm going to get out a fresh spatula to use with my onions. It doesn't really matter since we're going to be mixing it all together. You could use the same one. This is obviously a pie spatula, not really meant for this. And then I'm going to add in some more pats of butter to my onion. Now with your onions, you're waiting for them to get to the point of being translucent. Alright, now that my onions are turning from white to just barely translucent, I'm going to add about a quart of tomato soup that I have previously made. Stir. And then I'm going to top that with a whole bag of chopped organic spinach that is still frozen. There's no reason why you need to thaw it. No harm done if you do thaw it. Now what's great about this is that you're going to get all the iron from the spinach because of the vitamin C in the tomato sauce. So on top of cooking in cast iron and cooking with ground beef, for anyone who has iron deficiency anemia like I do, this is one of the best dishes that you can eat. So that'll just simmer all together while the ground beef continues to brown. The advantage of cooking over medium-low heat is that you can handle doing both dishes at the same time without any fear or worry, on top of the fact that it's just better for your body all around because of how the fats handle at high heats versus low heats. Alright, now that my beef has been browned, I'm going to combine it with the onions, tomato, and spinach into a pot large enough to hold it all. now I'm going to transfer this pan off my heat source and put my pot that I'm going to on my heat source. Turn it back on. And then I'm going to do the same with the beef. Only I don't need a ladle. I can use the spatula just fine. Alright, so now that I've got the ground beef and with the tomatoes, onions, and spinach, I'm just going to give it a stir. And then I actually like to let this sit and marinate all together for at least 15 minutes before serving it. But you could eat it really at any time now. It's all well cooked. And then I like to top mine with a dollop of fresh cold French cream and a little extra salt. And the great thing about this dish is that it gets better the longer that it marinates. And when you make a large pot of it at one time, then you can set aside a lot in the freezer to have when you don't feel like cooking. So, bon appetit!